Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about Jupiter in Gemini. And I am making my Jupiter series related to existentialism and the existential theory in psychology and counseling because I think it fits Jupiter because Jupiter shows us how we find our meaning, and the existential theory is about helping people discover their meaning for their life, like their own personal meaning. So Jupiter in Gemini is actually a really interesting placement because Jupiter naturally opposes Gemini. So it doesn't feel as comfortable when it comes into Gemini. But it's interesting because it actually Gemini utilizes its opposite energy to understand itself when this placement occurs. Just like when Mercury would fall into Sag or Pisces, that's kind of what happens too. So Jupiter in Gemini actually expands your awareness of your mind. And with that comes the expansion of your own knowledge and the search for information. So it doesn't necessarily expand your mind in the sense that you're like the vision of it, the big picture of the mind, but it expands just your own awareness of your mental abilities. So it's more concrete than Jupiter in Sag because information is actually easier to grasp and to hold within your mind. But it's harder to put that information into a bigger framework because, again, Jupiter isn't expanding the big picture when it's in Gemini. It's more so expanding your awareness of the parts that make up the whole big picture. So, relating it to the existential theory says that humans have to face the givens of existence. They have to face the things, I guess the negative things that come with being a human, with life. So what you have to face when Jupiter is in Gemini is your own mental barriers. You have to face the fact that your mind has those limitations because Jupiter expands your awareness of them. So you can't ignore the things that Jupiter expands. And Jupiter asks you to confront the fact that you might not have all the pieces of information that you need. You might not know everything. And if your Jupiter is afflicted, it can actually be harder to be aware of that. It can actually work, I guess, in the opposite sense and make you even more closed-minded than you might like to be because you aren't aware that your mind has barriers to it. Or it can just be harder to accept that you don't have all the information that you would like to have. So when you face this, though, when you face what Jupiter and Gemini is expanding in your chart, then it actually opens your mind up to being able to pick up on everyday information in real time. And you can pick up on signs and messages because Gemini is mutable air, and it picks up on a lot of things in everyday life, in its everyday environment, and Jupiter here expands your ability to do that. So you can use these pieces of information to construct the ideas, and it also expands your ability to communicate them. It gives you this awareness of your mind and awareness of your ability to pick up on this information. And so when you can face that fact that your mind has barriers, it can help you in your search for more information. to help you construct and compartmentalize these ideas that can then make bigger frameworks of knowledge and information. So that search for these pieces within your own mind, within your knowledge, within your awareness of what is in front of you, that search for that information is where you will find your meaning, because you will be able to construct your own view, your own mental view and perception of everyday life around you. So you'll be able to make these associations in your everyday life. And that search for that information is where you will find your meaning with Jupiter and Gemini. So I hope that you like this video, and thank you for watching.